Welcome back, travelers. We are here with another Commander game for you. This time we are showing off the cool pre-constructed decks you can get with the set Innistrad Midnight Hunt. You may be seeing this alongside our legendary lures for Innistrad. So we're just playing with the pre-constructed decks. Ricky will have the deck lists in the description below. And here are the decks. I'm using Leinore Autumn Sovereign. She was a noble chosen by the Coven to protect the humans from both the spiritual and the just creepy crawlies out there. She's a human representative to, well, play alongside the angels that are supposed to represent them.
Yeah, pretty much.
The point of her is to get +1/+1 counters on my creatures. I get bonuses when they have different powers, which I can regulate with the +1/+1 counters.
I accept this. On my end, I have Wilhelt, also known by his actual name, Wilhelt. The real Helt. Wilhelt is basically a zombie who was so in love with Gisa. He was a guy at first, of course. He was so in love with her that when he died accidentally, I think there was some dumb accident that killed him. He came back as a zombie, but basically a Lich Lord. And he started amassing a new army to add to Gisa's already prodigious army.
So how does Gisa feel about him?
She doesn't.
Huh?
She doesn't.
What?
He is basically completely irrelevant to her. You guys will see it in a legendary lore. You might have already seen it at this point by the time this episode comes out. But basically, she tries to control him, and he is obviously a zombie.
And he's like, no, I'll do what you ask. I know. Right, so why are you trying to...
Yeah, so he gets really insulted, and she's happy because now she gets to have a fight with him. But it turns out that the fact that he's a zombie makes him super easy to beat. He's basically a pushover in every sense of the term. And
so he's like, well, I guess I'm back to being in love with Gisa.
Actually, he just kind of runs away without his entire army because she now belongs to her.
Poor Wilhelt.
Yeah, he's
so
pretty...
what's the point of your deck?
The whole point of my deck, make zombies, kill zombies to make more zombies, and then make zombies to draw cards with zombies. Zombies. Okay,
We're starting at 40 life so we can have more resources to show off the decks.
Yes, despite the fact that
normally a dice roll before we started this. Ricky won, so Ricky's going to start us off today.
Yes. Okay, let's go! Path of Ancestry. Path of Ancestry will come into play tapped, and I can get mana of any color of my commander's color identity. It's a fantastic card to start off with.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to draw a card real quick and show Ricky that he's not special at all.
I see how it is.
It's your turn.
I see how it is. You denky. Okay,
Ricky's been using the word denky a lot recently.
As an insult.
As an insult. Just like, Ricky, this doesn't mean anything. This is a name.
Denky. Go ahead.
Denky.
Oh, I forgot about that card. Cool. Also, to keep it even, I didn't look at any of the decks, so I don't know what's in my deck. I'm kind of just playing off.
I'm going to cast Einok Bondkeeper.
How dare you? Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I'm going to play Choked Estuary, and I'm going to reveal this island.
Okay.
So that you know. And then I'll pay 3 to play Spurk Reaper. And because of the fact that I played a creature that shares a creature type with it, with Wilhelt being zombie, I am able to scry 1.
Oh, is that what happens when you do Path of Ancestry?
That is correct.
Oh.
Your guy was a dog soldier, so I did not get it. I'm going to keep that, I think. Yeah, I'm going to keep this delicious card there. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to untap, and I'm going to draw.
How dare you?
How dare you play the game of Commander?
Commander. Water?
That should be out by now.
I would hope that it's out.
I'm going to cast the Heron's Blade Elite.
Okay, what does that do?
First off, it's a champion of the parish. Whenever he manages the battlefield under my control, I put a +1/+1 counter on this.
But
I can tap it to add an X mana of any one color, where X is its power.
Cool. My turn?
I'll move 2 greats. And I'm going to attack... What's your Spark Reaver?
2/3.
I'm going to let you go.
That's right. You are.
You goon.
I'm going to pay 4.
Oh, I forgot that last.
After playing the island.
No,
I'm going to play Wilhelt. I'm going to attack you for 2.
I will take 2.
That's good.
Let's go down to 38.
Okay, so now he's dealt damage to you. I don't care about him anymore. So I'm going to use this guy's deal, and I'm going to sacrifice a zombie and make a 2/2 token with Decayed. Now, the reason that I sacrificed the Spark Reaper in the fashion that I did was specifically so that I could get Wilhelt's ability, which says that at the beginning of end step, when I sack the zombie, I get to draw a card.
That's your graveyard right there?
Yes.
Okay.
There's not a lot of room.
Yeah, I've noticed.
It's going to be your turn.
Okay, I'm going to untap my lands and draw a card.
Good job.
Teaching people how to play Commander. One draw at a time.
Now, what's important is that Wilhelt can choose to sacrifice any zombie for his effect. The only thing that gets him new zombie tokens is if those creatures that die do not have Decayed.
I'm going to pay 4 and cast Leinore, Autumn Sovereign.
I'm going to end you. Okay, so that gives a +1 counter to your...
that gives a +1/+1 counter to my Heron's Blade Elite.
Heron's Blade. So, yeah, the actual story of Innistrad Midnight Hunt has been really fun to get through, but, like, I feel like the whole idea of the horror aspect with the whole witches and the rituals and stuff like that, it wasn't good.
No?
I did not enjoy it. It just felt kind of forced.
At the beginning of combat...
Well, I wasn't saying anything. It's fine. Don't worry about me. I'm just
Rick, we're trying to play a game. I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on Einok Bonkin.
Okay.
And then, since that does activate my Coven, I have a 0 power, a 3 power, and a 2 power.
Correct.
I would draw a card.
Yes.
However, I will not choose attacks for this combat. I'm going to go ahead and enter main phase 2 and then let you go.
Cool. Okay, so got my 4 cards. Do it like that. 4 lands. There we go. Draw my card. Ooh, steamy.
Leinore uses the new mechanic Coven. That's why Coven is 3 creatures with different power.
I'm going to pay 3. And I'm going to play Commander Sphere. That's right. And I'm going to pay 2. And I'm going to feed the Swarm to kill. I guess I'm going to kill Leinore so that you'll have to spend your mana to do it again. And then I'm going to end my turn, sacking the zombie with Decayed to Wilhelt to draw a card. I actually kind of love Wilhelt's effects. This is pretty great. It's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to untap and draw.
Make sense?
I'd be insulted if you didn't.
Ha ha! So, basically, Joe has the upper hand, and my hand is getting clammy.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, I'm going to play my enchantment, which is Citadel Siege.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm going to choose Cons as it comes in.
Okay, so what does that do?
At the beginning of combat on my turn, I'm going to put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature I control.
Makes sense.
So I'm going to enter combat, and I'm going to give the Heron Blade Elite 2 +1/+1 counters.
Makes sense. That's a lot of mana.
And then I'm going to enter my second main.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast the Orzhov Advocist.
Okay, and what does that do?
At the beginning of my upkeep, each player may put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature they control. If a player does, creatures that player controls can't attack you or a planeswalker you control until your next turn.
Okay. So it's upkeep, right?
Yes, it is a human, so Heron Blade Elite is going to get another +1/+1 counter.
So she's a 5/5, right?
Yes.
Cool. Want to make sure. My turn?
It's your turn.
Gonna go ahead and untap. There's one particular card that I'm thinking, like, this would be a perfect thing to get. What are you? What are you? That's cool. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and that would be not enough. So I'm going to play Diregraf Colossus for 3. Diregraf Colossus comes in with a single +1 counter on him, specifically because there's a Spark Reaper in the graveyard.
Okay.
I'm going to pay 3. And I'm going to play Cemetery Reaper. Cemetery Reaper comes in. When he gets cast, because he was a zombie spell, I get a tapped 2/2 token. It's not really going to matter that I made a tapped 2/2 token because
you're going to sacrifice to Wilhelt.
It's getting super sacked. So that was just going to come in right there. And then I'm going to sack it to Wilhelt. It'll become a Decayed token.
That's cool.
And that will draw me a card. It's pretty great.
Okay, so my turn?
Yes, it is.
Since you did that on your end step, you fool! Upkeep, I will put the 2 +1/+1 counters.
Okay.
On this one, are you going to get 2 +1/+1 counters?
I wouldn't be able to attack you, right? That's the idea?
With that creature.
With that creature. I thought it was in general.
If a Player does. Oh yeah, creatures you control can't attack me.
Yeah. Well,
You want to build up,
I
or do you want the opportunity to smack my face?
I'd love to smack that face, but I am going to put 2+1 counters on the Diregraf Colossus.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it like that. Go ahead.
Play my line for turn.
Cool. Mainly because this deck has no intention of attacking this early in the game. It's all about building an army.
How much mana do you have on top?
I have one of any color.
Okay.
And
I'm going to enter combat. Put the 2+1/+1 counters on my Heron Blade.
Yep.
And I'll attack you for 7.
For 7.
He does have first strike.
He does have first strike, and I could, but I won't. I'm just going to take it.
We're not gonna take
That's
it.
exactly what I did, Joe.
No!
No, that is what I did.
We ain't gonna take it. I'm going to pay 7.
Cool.
We're recasting Leinore.
How dare you? You dinky.
That leaves me with 1 floating.
Yes, you have a floater.
Oh, when Leinore comes in as a human, this gets another +1/+1 counter.
Okay, makes sense.
And then I use the 1 floating and 2 of my mana to play Lifecrafter's Bestiary.
Cool.
Sorry if it went off the screen a little bit.
That is understandable. Why didn't you play the Bestiary beforehand? Cool. Really showcasing what the deck can do.
Yeah! It's your turn.
Awesome. That's how I prefer it. We'll pay 4. We'll make sure it's like this with these 4. And I'm going to play Gisa and Geralf.
Okay.
It's actually... apparently it's supposed to be Gisa and Geralf.
I always said Geralf.
Geralf. Okay, so what I'm going to do is...
I'm Rolf.
I mill 4. Darn it, that would have been really good. That's okay. That would have been perfect. I would have loved to have had that. Undead Augur. It's exactly actually what I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 2. Since I can cast zombies from my graveyard. Mm-hmm. I'll cast Undead Augur.
Okay.
And get a 2/2 zombie token for casting him.
Excellent.
And when that happens, because I used this, the Path of Ancestry, to do so, I get the Scry. And I will leave that on top, because I can use that. And then I am going to sacrifice this zombie token, the one that has Decayed, since I don't need it. When it dies, I draw a card and lose a life. But I'm also drawing a card for Wilhelt, so I draw 2 cards.
Okie dokie.
And with that, it is your turn. It's pretty cool.
Okie dokie. I'm going to untap. Beginning my upkeep, are you going to get 2+1/+1 counters?
I'm going to put 2+1/+1 counters on the Gisa and Geralf.
Okay, what does that make their power?
6/6.
6/6.
Yes. So technically you could hit them with a variety of different things, but being at 4 power already puts them at a point where they...
I will give my 2 to Heron Blade Elite.
Okay. That makes sense.
Draw my card.
You have all the mana in the world.
I will play my Canopy Vista.
Okay.
And let's see if I'm reading this card right.
Okay.
Celestial Judgment.
0? There's no 0, right? Oh, she's a 0.
She's a 0.
And then 1, you chose this one? Who are you choosing for the 2?
2.
There's the Undead Augur, Cemetery... Oh, no, actually Cemetery Reaper's the only 2. So,
because they're buffed.
So he survives.
Keep Cemetery Reaper.
2, okay. And 3.
3.
This guy's a 3. This one's a 3. It's just these 2 that are 3s.
Okay, you can keep the token.
Okay.
4.
A 4, you don't have a 4, so you have to pick one of my 4s. Wilhelt is my only 4, so I get to keep Wilhelt.
Okay.
5 would be him.
Inoch.
6, you don't have a 6, so you would have to pick either Gisa and Geralf or Diregraf Colossus.
What does Diregraf Colossus do?
A 6/6. Every time I cast a zombie, I get an additional token.
You can keep Gisa and Geralf.
Okay, so and then 7. There's no 7, I don't think. So I lost 2 guys. So I get to draw 2 cards for that, and I get 2 decayed tokens.
Okay.
I also lose 2 life.
That did not work out that day. Good to know.
That was great. I appreciate the draws. Ooh. 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 Okay, cool.
Okay. I'm going to enter combat.
Of course.
My Citadel Siege is going to trigger.
Naturally.
I'm going to give 2 +1/+1 counters to the Orzhov Advocate.
Interesting.
And then Leinore will trigger.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
She will give herself a +1/+1 counter, and there are 3 creatures with different power on my side of the battlefield.
For
so
sure.
I will draw a card.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack you with a 10/10 first strike.
I'm going to block with a 2/2 token. I get a decayed creature as a result. I also get... oh, no, I don't get to draw a card for that. My turn?
No.
Darn.
I'm going to curse you with conformity.
So, non-legendary creatures have base power 3/3 and lose all... Oh, that's... Lose all creature types, not power, not abilities.
Yes.
Darn. That's actually exceptionally bad for me. Because now these guys are no longer zombies.
Right.
But these guys are still zombies, so that's good.
And that costed me 5. I have 5 floating. I'm going to curse you with clinging webs.
Okay. Whenever a non-token creature dies, exile it and create a 1/2. Okay. And that makes sense.
And then I'm going to cast a Swiftfoot Boots with the last 2 mana.
Okay.
It is your turn.
Cool. So non-legendaries are 3/3s. Interesting. Wow, that killed this card. Good to know. Well, I guess I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with 7. I'm going to curse you!
Curse of Unbinding. At the beginning of a champion player's upkeep, that player reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield under your control. That player puts the rest of the revealed cards into their graveyard.
Yeah. So, now that you're cursed, I feel like we're even. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have to cast something from the graveyard because, I mean, come on. Why wouldn't I? So, I'm going to go ahead and pay. I had to play for the Undead Augur.
Okay.
So, I just do that. Boom. Undead Augur is in play. And at the beginning of the round, I had this. It's only zombies that I can sacrifice. So, I can't sacrifice any of my guys because of the...
Sacrifice Wilhelt.
That is technically correct. The worst kind of correct. Go ahead.
Okay, I will untap my mana.
And reveal to me what I get. Something big, something big, something big.
Are you going to get the 2 +1/+1 counters?
I'm going to place the 2/1 counters, yeah. I'm going to put them on Wilhelt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will put them on Heron's Grace Champion.
Of course you will.
Or Heron's Blade Elite. Sorry, it's a different card.
Yeah. Okay, show me the creatures. Okay. 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 Okay, that's it. Gyre Sage. So, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, if it has greater power or toughness, then it gets a +1 counter. That's not going to be too hard to do, actually. Huh. Neat.
Okay, and then I will draw my card for turn.
Cool. I like that those 2 cards specifically completely hose my deck. And he put both of them on me.
Yeah, witches.
They'd be crazy.
I'm going to play my Eternal Witness.
Mm-hmm.
It is a human, so I scry.
Makes sense. For the additional green, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it is a human, so...
Yes. You had said, because it's human, I get to scry. Not quite right.
I thought if it shares a creature type with the commander, that's why you do it.
Oh, I thought you meant because you paid the 1 extra for this.
Oh.
To draw a card.
No, I meant for... Because of the Path of Ancestry
Yeah,
itself.
because that lets you scry at the beginning of your upkeep.
Cool. I'm also going to pay 1 green to draw a card.
Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. How many cards in your hand?
Give me a sec. 1.
Cool. Wanted to be sure.
I'm going to enter combat, activate Citadel Siege.
Okay, makes sense.
Leinore will get 2 +1/+1 counters.
Leinore.
And then Lenore's effect will activate, giving a +1/+1 counter to Heron Blade, and I will draw another card.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack you with a 14/14 with first strike and hexproof.
That's a big boy. I'm going to go ahead and block with your Gyre Sage.
How dare you?
So it'll be exiled. There you go.
Oh, and I get a spider.
Yeah. Speeder. I am so upset.
Oh yeah, I forgot to get my card from Eternal Witness as well.
Okay, sure. I'm so upset. This upsets me. to no end.
Here is a 1/2 speeder with reach.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Always.
Is it my turn?
No.
Darn!
I have 14 mana. Why would you get a turn?
Yeah, that's fair.
Going to pay 14. I have 14 floating.
I'll play Emrakul the Promised End. Have 1 mana floating.
That's a really cool card.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so strong.
The worst part is I could have killed it so early on, but I thought, no, I need to save this for something else.
And something else has Hexproof.
Yeah, now it's a 14/14 with Hexproof, so I'm like, okay, sure. I guess it's...
to cast Kisig Cage Breakers.
Ooh, wolf tokens.
Wolf tokens.
Wolf
Human.
tokens. Yep.
And that leaves me with 9 floating.
Cool.
I'm going to cast Shamanic Revelation. Or Shamanic Revelation. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards I draw.
Yep.
7. I have a speeder.
Oh, spider counts. He has more cards than me! And these do nothing! What is life?
Do you believe?
You've actually entirely hosed me. If I don't get anything in the next 3 turns, I basically just have to scoop. That's just how bad this is.
Really?
Yes.
Those curses did that much.
Yes. I'll show you when we give up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since I'm not letting Ricky show off his deck all that well, I do have 4 mana floating, which is unfortunate for Ricky.
It doesn't really matter.
I'm going to exile your Commander Sphere.
And anything else?
And your Curse of Unbinding.
Yeah, I'll sack the sphere. Nope, doesn't matter. And this gets exiled.
I will pass the turn.
Yep. Let's see. Draw. Doesn't matter. I can't do anything with that, or this, or any of that. So, best I could do... Nope, that wouldn't work either. I'm going to play Gleaming Overseer. When it comes in, it creates a 0/0 army token. And then I get to put a +1 counter on an army I control.
Oh, so it's going to be a 3/3 army.
Yes, but it doesn't get the counter. It just comes in as a 3/3 with no
Why
bonus.
doesn't it get the counter?
Because it's not an army.
Oh.
The only reason that this is doing what it is because of that clause. Losing all creature types.
Interesting.
It's your turn. I can't do anything.
Okay. I'm going to untap. Are you going to put 2+1/+1 counters?
Sure, why not? I'll put him on the Gleaming Overseer.
I'll put him on the Heron's Blade Champion.
Yep, makes sense.
Heron's Blade Elite. Him too. I'm going to cast Angel of Glory's Rise.
I knew it would be in that deck.
Right?
So it's going to exile all zombies I control and all zombies that are in the graveyard, right? Or just in play?
Just battlefield exile? No, just in play.
Okay, cool. Wilhelt's gone. Everything else sticks around.
True, it's not a zombie.
Yep. Because you hosed the zombie deck already. So these guys, they mean nothing.
True.
You exiled a single creature.
It was your strongest creature.
Was it?
Yes.
He was just a 4/4 that did literally nothing because I had no zombies to sack. The strongest creature I had was Gisa and Geralf because they can actually bring zombies back from the graveyard.
Well, I'll deal with that later then.
Is it my turn?
No.
Please?
I'm going to enter combat.
Yep.
I'm going to give 2+1/+1 counters to the Heron Blade Champion.
Makes sense.
And then Leinore will activate, and I'm going to give Angel of Glory's Rise a +1/+1 counter.
Okay.
Probably should have given you the 2 as well. I draw a card from Coven.
Yep.
And then I will attack you with a 19/19 first strike.
I'll block with the zombie army.
How dare you?
That's right.
You don't even have a zombie army.
That's correct, because you have an enchantment that entirely ends everything my deck ever wanted to do with its life.
Look, I didn't make the decks. This time I did not make the decks.
That's true. You didn't make the decks. And this deck also has the ability to do hosing to your deck. It just happened to be, this time around, you drew what you needed.
And then I'm going to tap and use my 19 floating mana.
Yep, makes sense.
Biogenic Upgrade.
Okay.
I'm going to give 3+1/+1 counters to my flyer.
And then you get the double, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, should I? No. I'll give it 2.
No.
Give this one 1.
That doesn't make sense, though.
Why?
Because you should put it on to her, for sure.
So we can double him?
Yeah, and then this guy too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about you.
Yeah.
He's like, you did?
He goes, this is why we break cages.
That's true. I don't even have anything to cast with your mana.
Yeah. You have no way of giving him trample yet, so it's
True.
pretty much irrelevant.
The flyer's more important to me, and then this guy. And then on each of these creatures the counter doubled. So let's make sure this guy's protected and has first strike. And give the flyer some more power.
Yep. My turn?
Yes.
Cool.
You can always count on Ricky to help me beat Ricky.
Yeah, pretty much. And why? You don't do anything. You do literally nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to move my hand out since you guys know what this is, so that way you guys can just gaze upon my battlefield.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tap a bunch of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 mana. I don't know how much of that I'm using, but I'm tapping it. I'm going to use 4 of it, and I'm going to say human, because I have literally 1 human. And
what does it do?
For every creature type, every creature of the chosen type, I get to draw a card.
Okay.
So, in this scenario, if that enchantment weren't out, 1, I would have about double the zombies, and I would get to draw about 15 cards. So there's that. I can draw 1 card.
I didn't think that enchantment was that messed up when I casted it.
Yeah, it is. Then I'm going to go ahead.
You can't sack anything to Wilhelt. That's all I was thinking.
I'm going to then play Gravespawn Sovereign, who I can tap 5 untapped zombies to put any creature from any graveyard into play under my control. You may also notice I have literally 0 zombies on the board. As a result, I can't use his ability. Also, let's go ahead and just give me 20 extra mana. So I can just drop down these 2 mana rocks I drew this turn.
Okay.
As well as show off that I have endless ranks of the dead. That, may I add, makes a 2/2 zombie token where X is half the number of zombies I control rounded down. So...
even if you still had Wilhelt out, it would give you 0.
Exactly. And then those tokens would be not
zombies. So it wouldn't be endless.
Then we can go ahead and look at Tomb Tyrant, who gives all zombies +1/+1. Ooh! Ooh! And then...
if you guys have ever seen an Ace Attorney game, this is Ricky's breakdown.
And then... I'll kill your creature, any of them, with Dark Salvation by tapping 20 mana and then hitting you for literally -0 because I have no zombies to count with. If a zombie you control would deal combat damage to a player, instead that player mills that many cards, well, my zombies, in quotation marks, deal no damage of the zombie variety because they're not zombies. Let's see. Sack a creature, target opponent sacks a creature. That would have been nice. But I couldn't sack anything because I didn't have any zombies to sack to Wilhelm. Once again, nothing to sack, so the sackety sack don't talk back happen.
You guys think he can't get any matter? What? Let me do one of my favorites if it helps. You see my field?
Yes.
If it helps, all I had in my hand was land. He's throwing that laugh like he's about to kill me, guys. If you guys see this video, please send help.
So I'm just gonna keep on going. How is there nothing in this deck that can bounce an enchantment?
That counters that specific enchantment. That counters your entire deck, it looks like.
The entire deck. I mean, that kind of works still, but I don't have any way of...
oh, I love her.
Of working through it. Yeah, Eloise is great. But still, look! You see it! What do you see? Other zombies I control are flying. Fantastic! You know how many zombies I have on the field? Do you know how many zombies I have on the field? Zombie apocalypse! Hey, that's great! I get to bring back all my zombies that aren't in the graveyard because they're all exiled by spider enchantment. So, yay! I get to destroy all humans. That's pretty good. I still got a giant angel staring me in the face that by this point would be like a 20-something because I'd already be dead and my head's on a pike. But let's keep going. Why don't we? Gorex. Hi there, Gorex. You do nothing. You're a 4/4 turtle. I don't care. Corpse Augur. Okay. Here's the interesting thing. When he dies, I get to draw X cards and I lose X life. But let's go back to this. Oh yeah, stuff can't die anymore. So, Corpse Augur, you do nothing. Oh, whenever a non-token creature dies, I get a 2/2 zombie token. Fantastic! Let's go ahead and look back.
In case you guys lost track, we're looking for a thing that gets rid of enchantments.
Death Baron, nope. Ravenous Rotbelly, why are you even here? You need me to sack 3 zombies for an effect. Let me tell you something, Ravenous Rotbelly. You aren't even a zombie despite the fact that your belly is literally rotting and you're...
So we've made Ricky's point. Here's the Boss Lodge verdict. Get the human deck. It's better. If you just get the human deck with an idyllic tutor and get this out, you win.
This could technically maybe beat you if I was still alive, but I'm not. Oh look, zombies get +1/+0. He isn't even a human warlock. He's not even a human. Nothing matters. Nothing really matters. Look at this. I have 1 card left in the deck. There's a single card in this deck. Can this actually stop that enchantment?
Let's see.
No, it cannot. Let's look in my graveyard. Nope. Literally only a single card in my deck. The first card I casted this game. Feed the Swarm. It was the only card that could get rid of 1 of those enchantments, meaning that even if I could get rid of the admittedly much worse white enchantment, I still would lose all my death trigger effects because of the green one.
Okay, Ricky, it's my turn.
Ricky,
it is my turn to talk. Okay, so here's our verdict from the decks. You guys saw the Curse of Conformity. This deck completely destroys this one. And what we came up with, he had Feed the Swarm in the deck to counter it, right? I have Eternal Witness in the deck. Ricky, can you tell me what that deck came with to get that back?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Are you telling me that this deck is that stacked against that one?
Yes.
There you have it, folks. Our channel's not supposed to be pointing out all the flaws with Wizards, but we do that a lot in stories, and we're doing that here with this deck. Let us know in the comments below if you saw a way that Ricky could come back from that, because
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Literally the only way that I would be able to stop you from doing that is 1, pray and have the prayer be heard that you never draw it, or 2, mill the card into your graveyard and then pray that you don't get Eternal Witness to regrow it back into your hand. The only way is to preemptively stop it. There's not even a counterspell in the blue deck.
So Wilhelt's just going to have to hide and go away?
This is why Wilhelt lost.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing why Wilhelt lost.
He was not prepared. At all.
Here's a little live-action legendary lore, guys. Here's what Wilhelt is.
This is why we never got a story of zombies attacking the Harvest Festival. Because...